There's Legoland, iDrive Disc. Doesn't look too old.
Are they filming brochures? Is this what you asked me to come back for?
Hey folks, we are back. Aaron with Passing Through Productions. My beautiful better half, Miss Lori.
Hey, y'all.
Adam continuing to put the finishing touches on the before photo before he has his slim by summer. All the chickpeas and starvation that you can shake a stick at. But why would you shake a stick at chickpeas?
I don't know.
I didn't think that one through. Adam is back, but he's with a friend, per usual. Here lately, Adam has needed a handler of some kind, and today he chose neurotypical carpetbagger, World of Micah.
Adam seemed to be on the warpath in the comments. He is still passing all the good ones for the bad.
He absolutely did. He passed dozens of really good comments to focus on the one that said he had no responsibilities. And of course, instead of making a stand, Adam just went, I have no responsibilities. He took time out to say something I thought was pretty interesting, that Epic Universe videos are not going to help anybody's channel. Although PC Dev did pretty good, and the commenter pointed that out. But of course, no follow-up from Adam. Then Adam and World of Micah, their weight was made fun of, and Adam, instead of standing up for his bud, just accepted it and kind of threw Micah under the bus per usual. Adam seemed to get most animated when he was called out about the fact the bird was a mockingbird, and he argued, of course, are you sure? Yes, they're sure. But in the end, they came back, as most Woovians do, and said, well, you know, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, my lord Adam, whatever you think it is. Have you ever heard of a scrub jay?
No, I've heard of a Tampa Jay.
Similar.
What? Adam the Woo here. As a recording of this TGIF, it is Friday.
Why does he insist on saying that? Days mean nothing to him.
Uh-oh, those are fighting words. He didn't appreciate that out of his commenters.
They say the older you get, faster time goes.
The early bird gets the worm. He who smelt it dealt it. The last one off the monorail gets to tongue kiss Randy.
But it was half a year ago, just about a half a year ago. Halloween haunt season will be here before we know it.
God forbid someone leave Christmas decorations up, but he can't wait for Halloween.
Progress stops and waits for no man.
Yeah, but is progress affected if the man is wearing a backwards cap? I feel like that changes things.
We are going to walk and/or...
You're going to walk and/or? Like the whole set? How are you going to do that? But that would be the ultimate Disney thing to...
I think he meant and/or.
I'm pretty sure he meant and/or, but thank you.
Find other transportations to get down International Drive and do a little update. Spring 2025 update.
Some say a waste of time.
Others, an incredible waste of time.
All right, coffee achieved. I went to the Starbucks next to where the Wyndham was.
Ah, yes, the over-caffeinated woo. Definitely in season this time in Orlando.
Hey, got my new shirt on.
Yeah, you bought that. We were hanging out yesterday, and now we're hanging out again today.
That's it. It's a double-double.
A lot of people give Micah a hard time over his sideburns, so they say, of course, that he's carpetbagger-esque. At least Micah's sideburns are for a purpose. It's part of his job.
Spooky Empire.
Exactly.
I was talking about that in my video earlier. I said the amount of talent and like celebrities, you and I both, have sat in that room straight ahead.
Yeah.
And have witnessed like history.
You know, I think these conventions and the celebrities being there fills a couple different roles. For the celebrity, it was something that they used to shy away from for a long time. You didn't do that unless your career was over. And that's very much not the case now. It's also a way for celebrities to make a lot of money, to connect with their fans. And then you have these idiot vloggers who will go on and on about how they met this person and they had the privilege and well, yeah, you paid for that privilege. You had it, and hopefully the celebrity was nice to you. But anyone, the same way Adam procured the coffee achieved, anyone could have had that same moment that you did with that celebrity if they were willing to go there. But everything is achieved, everything is a status symbol, everything is amazing.
The first spooky I ever went to here was in 2008. So definitely a lot of memories of this place. But I always park in this parking lot next to Chewy's.
As enthralling as this is, can we move on?
It makes me think the whole place is closing.
Yeah, Cooper's Hawk, I think, would be the only thing that would happen.
You know, Adam could know exactly what is happening with the Wyndham Hotel if he did just the slightest bit of research. The demolition that he saw was done in September of last year. It's going to be a new hotel, International Hotel. Mystery solved.
In 2008, the first time I ever went to it, they had a Dawn of the Dead reunion. And right here on the corner is where I met the Godfather of Gore, Herschel Gordon Lewis, right there.
Dude.
Right on that very corner.
Yeah, I'm sure that was the defining moment of Herschel Gordon Lewis's life. Throwing out the Herschel Gordon Lewis reference in 2025. That is a panty dropper for sure.
You should have used that one on me.
Really?
No.
I also met Chris Farley's brother from Black Sheep, Mike Donnelly.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was doing the Animal House reunion. I forget his name. He was in the Brady sequel, too.
Micah, I'm very upset with you. You forgot Tim Matheson, a fantastic actor. And for those of you that like Tim and like Gilbert Gottfried, you should check out the podcast that they did together on Gilbert Gottfried's amazing Colossal podcast. Very funny.
Trippy, see, it's trippy looking in here.
It is. It's like, I wonder if there's anything left over to speak.
Really, the tell-all will be, if they're going to keep any of this open, will be the rooms on this side. Because they can keep it open if the rooms on this side are not being torn down. But if these are being torn down, this place is done.
Again, doesn't have to be any mystery. You both have a supercomputer in your pocket. You could reference at any point, solve the mystery, know exactly what's going on with this property.
I think she did like a whole video of what it looks like in the
Oh yeah, dude, this place is going away. Look at this over here.
gone.
Of course, the woo rudely interrupts Micah as he was trying to say something of substance. It doesn't matter if woo's got a thought, it's coming out.
Are the doors open? There's one on the other side that was open. No, it's locked.
Okay, so he found out it's locked. I guess he goes away now, right?
Are you new here? No. He has to try every door. Every door.
These aren't. One last little peek in there.
Taking it for posterity. Thank you, Adam. The world thanks you.
You can faintly see the lettering there.
Just be quiet around here.
They didn't have the convention center. They had other stuff too, but I think that was the most people showed up for that event every year.
Adam has started doing this a lot lately. He'll have somebody else there with him, but he'll only film himself.
So my assumption was that they were going to keep part of the hotel open and just remove half of it.
Why did you think that, Adam? What did you base that incredible hunch on?
I was wrong.
Wait, he said he was wrong? You really need to keep that clip.
You know, even better than that, we could do like a whole new series tonight about all the times that Adam has been wrong.
No, that would take days.
How interesting. Do they just stop at a certain part?
Yep, exactly. That's how it went down. That's modern construction for you. They get to that certain spot and they're like, it's as good a place as any. Pack it all in, boys.
Yeah, you think about it. One of those pieces of rubble right there could have been the wall of the room that was next to the bed that Bruce Campbell might have slept in.
Groovy, baby.
Of what they haven't torn down, still standing.
Yeah, that's perfectly said, Adam.
These rooms were kind of old.
That's true. They needed some TLC.
And there's nothing wrong with the convention center. So if another company came in here,
Yep. Another company did. All out there on the beautiful World Wide Web, www.adamgetaclue.com. Adam takes us over to Hulk Hogan's wrestling shop, not to be confused with the beach shop, which is in Clearwater. Adam talks about that there's no beach here, so all the beach-related paraphernalia and signage are gone. Well, one of the reasons, and he doesn't talk about this, one of the reasons is because they plan to do more. In fact, it's recently been rumored, kind of a cryptic Facebook post is put out as well, that Hulk Hogan's going to be building one of these shops in the Smokies.
When you kind of are walking around inside, merchandise, things like that. All the different eras of Hogan, back in the WWF days.
That's Hulk Hogan to you, brother. I've not known this about Adam the whole time I've been watching him. I finally cracked the code on his voiceovers. So he did a voiceover over all this because I'm assuming there was music or something. He doesn't do the voiceovers after the fact. He does them beforehand. So he stands out in front of the business before he ever goes in, says everything that he can think about the business, and then just puts that audio over the footage that he's taking. So number one, it protects him against any type of music, anything like that. But it also, he doesn't have to go in and do the Adam shtick talking to his camera, doesn't have to get those weird looks. I've never realized that till now.
I go to some independent wrestling stuff here and there. I haven't really kept up with a lot of the new wrestling. Hogan's Beach Shop. He is on a shark.
Why doesn't he do it after? Like, so he could actually talk about the things that he's looking at.
Because Adam is lazy, and that would require additional work.
Also a place that Micah and I know very well from a John Ritter film, Problem Child 2. They're in the opening sequence. They use this in Problem Child 2. Still here. It's interesting. All the poles through here have stickers all over. Like every pole down International Drive just has stickers tagged up everywhere.
Did he really go look at all the poles on International Drive?
I think I'll let our audience fill in the joke on that one.
Definitely looks a lot different since the last time I was by here. There, that's still open. Timeshare place is open. This place, well, tiki stand thing's not. This has been empty for a while. Be interesting to find out how much it'd be to rent this. You just lease this out. It's just, I don't know what you would sell here. We should look into leasing this.
No idea what you would sell. The building has been vacant for a number of years. Yeah, sounds like a great business opportunity. Go for it, Adam.
This has been closed for a couple of years. Good business opportunity right here on International Drive, where most of the business are just people that walk up and down the road.
You know, sometimes the best business ideas come from former feed store clerks. But this is not one of those situations. That's a terrible idea.
County, or Orlando, I should say, not the county line. Forget what I said about the county line. Because behind this is, well, it's not a county line though. It's just a city line.
Yeah, it's the city line.
Interesting.
I'm confused. Is it the city line or the county line?
Yes.
Oh, gators.
Okay.
Someone's fishing for gators.
Okay. This stuff busy here a while.
Folks, we are trying to entertain you. Adam is not even remotely trying with this one. Just unreal.
Micah was just noticing across the street. That is where the Wyndham has moved to. Right over there. We'll walk over there. I've never seen a brown Hulk before.
And you still haven't. That's the Gray Hulk.
That is not the Hulk.
It is.
Thousands of gifts for $1.99, probably each.
Adam the Woo, the poet laureate of the Celebration area.
This is very interesting. It's made out of, I thought it was mesh. It's little, what do you call these? Not screwed, the parts of bolts.
Yeah, bolts.
Bolt.
No, nuts. Nuts. Like the two of you.
Sickle chain on his hair. This is really cool, man.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So it probably never was green.
Yes, it never was green because it was the, I'm going to let you have that one, Adam. Yes, exactly. You're right.
Heavy metal Hulk.
Heavy Metal Hulk.
Here it is. That heavy metal Mickey.
Yeah. Heavy Metal Hulk. Mickey's going to have words with you, Hulk.
Of course, a Disney callback.
Never in my entire life seen a brown Hulk.
It's all good, friendly neighborhood Woo. You still haven't.
Empty. That storefront's empty. King Pizza's still open, but next to King Pizza, that is empty.
This is so riveting.
Well, Whirly Dome.
Whirly Dome, that's old school.
It was a place where you could buy like sports memorabilia.
Ayla is looking pretty good. He's been repainted. He's got a fresh coat of paint on him.
Just told us that. Now I'm reminded why I take breaks from this crap.
It's a flagpole.
The whole thing looks really good.
That looks like that's a fresh coat of paint. This place is still thriving. You get an all-you-can-eat buffet for $24. Steakhouse. You know what? It looks like this gift shop has finally closed.
Truly the end of an era. It's a gift shop closed down that reminds him of another gift shop that's still open. So I guess everything's okay for the most part.
Yeah, the plaque was here. This was the plaque.
Sorry, folks. Dinosaur outside. Should have told you.
Insert comedic movie reference, and oh my gosh, the tapping. Horrible.
Our own Cabazon dinosaurs meshed with our own La Brea tar pits.
More just absolutely fascinating banter about the miniature golf course that isn't open, and then the Woo takes an opportunity to become a Karen again and complain about the traffic that nearly kept him from this important update.
They need to get moving on 535 and I-4. That is a disaster. It took me forever to get here because it's just bumper to bumper, but they're getting there. They're getting there.
What is it with Adam constantly needing to tell the working men and women how to do their job? Like, did one of them come to the feed store and slap the Alpo out of his hand or something?
I-4 Beyond. Bring it on. I don't know, maybe a year or two ago, they opened up a gift shop here, a Disney World gift shop, and I thought it was going to be this massive complex. But you go in, and it's smaller than the one they have at MCO Orlando International.
So just how big a gift shop, a Disney gift shop, do you need, Adam, when you go to Disney where they have their own gift shops? How large a gift shop do you need off property to also peruse? That's the real question.
I think, what's his name? Who was Art the Clown from Terrifier when he first came.
Okay. David Thornton?
David Thornton. I have a picture of him with
How do I know his name? I have no idea.
Well, seeing as how as you were absolutely obsessed with the Terrifier movies, that's probably why.
It is the Walt Disney World. Welcome to the Walt Disney World store. Welcome to Walt Disney World store. Hours of operation, 9 to 6 p.m. It's basically the same stuff they have.
So again, I'll never not notice this because of the voiceover is always done before he goes in a place. Can't do it after, he's too lazy. But you can hear the outside noise that Adam is in front of the store doing this voiceover, describing the store from memory. But then he's going to have to make an addendum to that because it was different than how he remembered. So he's going to have to talk about it again.
All right, I stand corrected. It was larger space than I thought it would be. For some reason, I remember it being teenier in time. That's about the same size as the one at MCO.
Yeah.
With a higher roof line.
I applaud you, Adam. It takes a real DVC member to know when you're wrong and to admit it. Of course, I think probably the reason you're willing to admit it now is that you think Captain Crash is around every corner ready to jump in and school you.
But it's still, when they originally were teasing opening this, I thought it was going to be the whole thing.
I did too. I really did.
Attaboy, Micah. Nice way to back up the Woo. You will definitely have another appearance down the road.
Yeah, if they have a ticket center, I think you can renew your annual pass.
I think Adam may have to change his Disney underoos after that. My hat's off to whoever did that.
I just renewed my pass 4 or 5 days ago. I just did it right on the Disney Experience app.
Yeah, you can do
They just
that.
asked you right there, do you want to do it? Did it?
Yeah.
They take the money out of your bank account.
Yeah.
You shed a little bit of a tear. And then you get on with your life.
Yep. Mine's in September. That's my doomsday.
I appreciate Adam explaining how a banking transaction works. You mean when you spend money, it comes out of your account. He also got a good chuckle at Micah having to be worried about money coming out. Adam hasn't had to worry about a purchase in a long, long time.
And we're going to continue our tradition of Chuy's Mexican food right along here. There are 2 Chuy's that Mike and I choose to go to on a semi-regular basis. Another one across from the former Splendid China, now the Margaritaville Resort. but I would say out of all of them, this is the one we eat at most of the time.
So again, he does the voiceover as they're standing in front of the restaurant. He makes Micah wait. All of this so that he can take off the meal on his taxes. Speaking of which, I wonder when we're going to have the tax day meltdown this year.
All right, I am full. Some delicious Chewies. No longer can you use this as a beacon. Although it is very interesting, the sun is right above the lighthouse providing its own light, even though this one doesn't work anymore.
My goodness, Adam, you are right. The sun is indeed in the sky. Amazing.
This was obviously designed and painted by the same person that did the mermaid one on Highway 192.
Roland Dempsey is his name.
Roland
Dempsey.
Interesting.
Roland Dempsey. He signs his name on everything. I believe he emailed me one time.
Songbird.
Adam is transfixed by the beautiful bird's song, and I can completely understand it. It is quite lovely. But on Instagram, he put out a video that just went on, and I think it's still going now.
Formerly George's Music, the Musician Superstore. Right here off I-4.
Hey, how are you?
Used to be a DeLorean that used to sit right here.
Wait, what's a DeLorean?
George McFly.
George McFly's music.
Yeah.
Last time I was here like a year ago, there was a sign that said, "Coming soon, new store." Let's see what's going on. Here, this sign's been up for like over a year. Future home of Bear Hug Brewing.
Yeah, there's a sticker.
Well, you know what, Adam? You are in luck. I used my Columbo-like research skills and actually found out what was going on with this building. Well, Bear Hug Brewing, they're trying to get off the ground, and you're looking for an avenue to maybe invest in, open up your own shop. Why not just invest in Bear Hug Brewing? They need you, and their founder is a Disney enthusiast. Match made in heaven.
My name is Seth. I am the founder of Bear Hug Brewing Company. We're raising funds to do our final payment on our brewing system. So our brewing system, for those who's a beer nerd, it's a 10-barrel, 3-vessel system. It's fully automated, but it's the last little push for us to finish off our payment for them to get install ready. So we're really excited to have some nice shiny tanks in here, which would be awesome. Find some local wines, or work with one of my friends who's a sommelier to kind of bring in some cool wines for those who do not drink beer. We also have seltzers we're going to be making here in the building as well. The best part about it is we're planning on doing these custom simple syrups that kind of recreate cocktails. So we won't necessarily have a liquor license. You'll still be able to maybe try an old fashioned. You'll still be able to try a mojito and stuff like that. My business partner, Sean, is a mixologist up in New York City who's moved down here now, and that's kind of her passion, is flavors from that end. So
As your commentary financial advisor, Adam, I don't know if I now think this is a wise investment. Just say no. Buy more pens instead.
It's changed.
Obviously I don't use this, but little Coke machine here.
No way.
Yeah, old Coke machine. That's what the inside of a Coke machine looks like.
Yep.
See? Have you seen the inside of a Coke machine? You have? Yeah, we all have. Adam goes on to talk about the days of yore when he would fill up the Coke machine at one of his retail jobs. He never says which one, but I would probably bet it was Walmart. And then they start talking about all the different labels that are on the machine and what drinks were in it. And I wish that I made that up.
This used to be something.
Thanks, Adam. You are just a fount of information in this video, my friend.
And one thing I've never realized before, there are little placards down here. That is odd. There are little namesakes into the ground.
I can honestly say this I enjoyed. This I thought was cool, was something unique, was something you might not see other videos point out. I haven't researched that. There may be somebody that just did a video on this, But I enjoyed this. I thought Adam did a great job pointing out something that most people would just pass by.
Changes are inevitable. Things will always keep progressing, no matter how nostalgic you are about something.
Hey folks, that will do it. We are actually on a road trip, going to be gone for a couple of weeks, but I'm going to still try to keep putting out content. And of course, the important thing, at least for me, is to try and get this, the universal deep dive of the Adam the Woo Band done. Going to really focus hard on that the next couple of days to try and finish that for you. I hope that you truly will enjoy that. But without further ado, I'm Passing Through Productions. Aaron, I didn't say that quite right, but they get the gist of it. They get the gist of it.
And I'm Lori.
Thank you so much for being with us, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend.